Kunde, and we thank God that we are alive. And if you've woken up without anything paining you, I think it's right for you to thank God and tell Him, thank you so much for this beautiful day, and to give me more years. It's beautiful. It's a very beautiful morning. The sun is out and it's shining bright. So just in case you're coming to town, and there's no jam. So if you're coming to town, make sure you come a little bit early so that you don't go back home when you're sweating. But I am delighted and honored today to have a gentleman. We're going to talk about peace. Now, we do have elections 2025, 2026 coming up. And we have seen the nominations of NRM going on. Recently, we had some of the ministers that didn't go through complaining that it wasn't fair. Well, Tango Doi came out and said, well, these elections are fair. If you have not gone through, let's calm down. Someone else has taken over. But this is a challenge. I asked myself, lining up behind someone, doesn't it bring family problems? Let's say I do have Tyson and he's my husband, and he is standing as an MP or in the primaries, and we do stand behind him, and I don't stand behind him, and I go stand behind someone else. What would he feel, or what would he think? So to me, I think standing behind someone brings division in families. We had LCs coming up. We had the LC3s, the mayors, still they're doing the same thing. But my question is, and the question would be, do you think these elections are going to be peaceful? Well, I'm delighted and honored to be joined by that gentleman. He talks about peace. He is an advocate for peace. As we do get ready for these elections, we want to ask ourselves, are we going to have peaceful elections? And people are already starting to get scared. And they're saying, you know what? I think when we're going to vote, some of us are going to be out of the country. But I don't think it makes sense. We're supposed to stay and vote for our MPs, for our presidents. It's a lot that is happening. Good morning, sir, and welcome to U24.
Wow. Thank you for hosting me.
I'm delighted to have you. You're very smart. I love the bow tie.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, dear.
Someone watching would love to know your name and what you do.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to host me today. And our viewers, I want to tell you that Uganda has a bright future if we can organize and also manage our elections well, because God has given us everything to have the best country, stable, prosperous in the whole world. So my name is the Global Peace Ambassador, Kambula Milton, the president of Global Peace Foundation. Our work is around 52 nations around the globe promoting peace. Our work involves conflict management, dialogue, reconciliation, facilitating those processes between countries and countries. Right now, we are facilitating one of historical efforts of reintegrating North Korea and South Korea as a way of countering the Pyongyang nuclear project of North Korea.
Wow, that's amazing.
And the Cold War era is still alive. Of course, US and Russia still has clear and very active stakes in both nations. And so North Korea poses a great threat to the whole world. And we feel
they
those
can
people.
Finish us.
Exactly. So we're also in the Middle East, forging peace and making sure that Israel and Iran and the Palestinians
and Russia and Ukraine.
Exactly. We are the key negotiators and peace promoters in those regions. On the continent of Africa, of course, we're in Uganda, we're in Tanzania.
Are you in Rwanda as well?
Yes, we have an office in Kigali. We have a contact person there. We have big operations in Kenya, Nigeria, Tanzania. We have contacts in South Africa, Ghana, and other parts of Africa. And in the South America, we are quite in many countries. We're in Paraguay, a country called Paraguay. It's actually similar. The climate is similar to Uganda. We are in Brazil, we're in Colombia, we're in Japan.
Literally, you want all the countries,
yes,
if we
please.
could mention.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Milton.
Yes, please.
We have elections 2025 coming up in Uganda. And since you're into the global peacemakers, what do you expect from these elections of 2025-2026? I'll give you an example. Recently, we had the primaries that were going on, and people are lining up behind each other. And we've had some MPs that said these primaries were not fair. And to them, they want to go and stand as independent. But in NRM, when you come on board and you've come for primaries, you're literally supposed to not go and stand as an independent because you have breached the contract. What do you think about these elections if we're to talk about the peace that you'll be preaching all over this country? What should we expect in these elections?
You must know that as a student of history, one of the things young people need to know on this channel, and the parents to be reminded about, is that over 400,000 people fought for this regime to come to power. We lost people in each of these regions of the country. The cause was that Obote had stolen elections in 1980. And you realize DP complained, and His Excellency, the President...
Obote was for UPC.
Was for UPC,
Oh,
yes.
Right. Uganda People's Congress?
Yes.
All right, okay.
Yes, and one of our founding fathers, Milton Obote,
yes.
Organized an election and rigged it.
Himself?
Himself.
You organize something and then you take it over.
So Mr. Museveni and Dr. Crispus Kionga.
He's now the Vice Chancellor of Makerere
University. Yes.
Yes, true.
And I congratulate him. He won. For him, he won in Konjo West.
Yes.
And I thank his colleague.
For accepting.
Exactly, peacefully, and say, yeah, I'm called Baluku Kabyanga. I'm the Minister of State for ICT and National Guidance. I have been defeated.
And I decide to thank my colleague,
exactly,
the Chancellor.
And I hear they're organizing a dinner to have participated, and both of them say they have won.
Yes.
We like that. We want to see that. But in 1980, that election that Obote organized,
and he rigged it
himself, forced Museveni and his friends to go to the bush. And in the bush, they spent 5 years, and they conquered and took over power. Sometimes, as I told you, I'm a student of history. Sometimes history repeats itself.
Yes,
if you sleep on the job.
Yes.
Now, in this case, the negativity of the historical components of democracy, the suffocation of democracy, the impunity, the dictatorship, the malignment of falsehood against each other, pulling each other down, than focusing to a shared vision of stabilizing the nation to become competitive like South Korea, is what is causing this. And we have just forgotten. And we have forgotten that we have to continue being humble because our history is not good. So having used the gun, we won elections. We won the power.
The power from Milton Obote.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, between or in the middle there, we were supposed to tell Ugandans that history that it will never repeat again. So what we see in this past election is that President Museveni has just realized that many people have not learned. One, they manipulated the NRM register. The register of the people was manipulated. So there was someone with the Chichupuri fake register in his pocket, looking as if it is even more original than the NRM.
The real NRM,
exactly.
the register that we do have.
Exactly.
Okay.
That manipulation, he has discovered it. He has also discovered the commercialization of politics, bribing people. We saw a clip where a candidate
was, I think it was in Busoga where a candidate was giving 2,000 to the people that were in a line. And then also from the other side, when they saw that these people were getting money, they jumped from this line to this line. And we are here talking about peace.
That cannot bring peace. You are literally buying voters like you are buying prostitutes on the street. You are just bringing ignorance to lead an electoral process.
But I say ignorance has no excuse.
Yes, it has no excuse because the results are always bad. Because Museveni has to choose from these people who steal elections, to become ministers, to deliver public services. So you will have wrong ministers in power, in offices, who will be, they are not patriotic. They don't know even what NRM is all about. You will have wrong members of parliament in parliament making bad laws. So the impact of bribing voters, I believe we must arrest these people. And we want to, because it scares the quality leaders who want to come on the table, on the stage of leadership. So it has to be dealt with immediately, because we don't want our politics to look like other countries, because we cannot maintain it. You cannot maintain a certain type of lifestyle if you're a poor man. Here is a country that needs to grow with quality leaders coming out from the voters. Thirdly is that the poor management of these elections and the manipulation around it gives or suffocates or takes over the power of the people.
When you talk about the suffocation and taking over the power of the people, does it also conquer into it doesn't become peaceful?
Yes, because here is that the Constitution, Article 1, power belongs to the people. Now, when you bribe them, you compromise on their decisions to vote rightly. When you manipulate and fake a register, you now taking over the power of the Mwananchi to now one person's power, to now control the results. Then it means that when you have a structure, the whole government structure, having that kind of people, type of people, they are the ones who will never go back to fix the roads. They will never go back to fund the healthcare system. And that will now bring people will complain. But government has not done this, and they will end up complaining, and conflicts will erupt, including wars and rebel groups.
But Mr. Milton, when you talk about these are the people that literally will not go back to, let's say, construct hospitals and construct the roads, and we get a better Uganda. But these are the people that we see people that they are lining behind them.
Yes.
And perhaps these are the people that have not made an impact in the regions or in the areas where they are coming from. But when you see, they still have a number of people lining up behind them. And here we are talking about these are the same people that we are voting that are not doing anything. What would you talk about that?
This is very ridiculous. In the 21st century, for example, our children have learned ICT.
Yes.
Information communication technology. So I believe that we have capacity to have even a better electoral process. Because of the issue of lining up, now conflicts have increased. My office has gotten reports that now the village conflicts have increased. As a result.
Doesn't it bring divide and rule in families?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Because if a retired general is standing for MP, for example, and here is a general who has given you money, now shouldn't he see your face on his line?
Yes.
You will, first of all, you will have that intimidation that, the man gave me his money.
Yes.
Even if you don't like this man, even if he's an alien, because we have gotten members of parliament who are aliens in this country.
Yes.
If they don't even know their constituencies on the map of Uganda. But here is a father who died yesterday, and they go and confuse the villagers vote them because of the father. They think you will also be like the
The
father.
father.
Some of them have gotten education, yeah, they Kampala PhDs, and they say, I think let me go back.
Understand.
Understand. In my village, it's okay, it's the constitution allows you. We have gotten, now, the question you're asking is that it is by force, by spirit, I don't know. You must stand behind the man who paid you. Already they paid you. You're a prostitute. You have to provide services. So the service is that whether you like the man or not, you must be behind him.
Isn't that bringing conflict?
Now, in the end, if you're a woman who has been bought and your husband is at the carpenter, he has a workshop, he doesn't know all this business. Now your family will see you not standing with them on the line of a leader you have chosen as a family. Some families choose and say, we will vote so and so because of our needs. We need a good road in the community. Now they see the mother of the family standing on the other side.
Because she has been
She
bribed.
has been bribed.
Yes.
Now let them reach home. Oh, mama, mother, we saw you behind the man
is against
who's
our
a
dad.
drunkard, who killed our judge, who's a manipulator, who destroys the forests in this village, who the wetlands. The mother will be cast in the family and divorce will immediately happen. That's what is in the villages. The children have a right to vote anybody, but some of them have been manipulated.
All right, we're talking television. You can follow us on X, which is former Twitter, at U24 Television UG. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, TikTok. We are all there. And of course, today we are talking about peace and stability. We have elections coming up, 2025, 2026. And Mr. Milton said, when you go out there and vote, do not vote because someone has decided to bribe you. But let's vote because we know we have to vote for someone who is going to make for us better roads and build for us better hospitals and so on and so forth. Mr. Milton, before we went into a break, we were talking about the families Let's talk about the peace and stability as we come to these upcoming elections of 2025, 2026. Already we are seeing different parties are coming up. They're complaining that people are being taken. Some parties are saying, some people are going from one party to another party. Others are saying, no, if you refuse to give me a ticket from your party, I'm going to go as independent. Is that peace and stability?
In fact, want to first thank the president and the NRM regime, because you realize that the coups that this country used to have after a few months, they stopped a little. At least that stability of state formation has been achieved. We have also seen the management of the army. We have UPDF, Uganda People's Defense Forces, because the former leaders did not have good, strong leadership and that creativity and innovations to actually form a national army that can really trigger kind of defense, but also territorial integrity of the country. By 1984, this country, according to World Bank reports, they indicated that Uganda was the most feared nation, actually, not only in Africa, but around the world. So we must not do anything to jeopardize that kind of stability that we have 40 years. So now the challenge is, how do we trigger and turn around that enabling environment into young people opening companies, innovations, turning our natural resources into turning our young people to become billionaires. That is the whole thesis. And I think President Museveni and his regime need to come out clearly throughout this period of the campaign to educate us, to give us a clear vision of the next phase of a revolution that is economic and socio-cultural. To answer your question, is that when elections have such a kind of instances you have just seen in the NRM, where you see manipulation standing out, yet you have finished 40 years in government, in charge of the country, we would expect them to have a zero tolerance to any mismanagement of an election. One, from the president to the local LC1. We expect that it will be peaceful, all of it, but it is not. So Gachari Mabaga. And the opposition leaders are also going to learn the same. And they actually don't be shocked to see that the more opposition parties will have leaders running out with the ballot boxes on their head, like the way we saw in one of the political leaders in opposition. They did it. Police with the policeman with a gun running with the votes of the people, not yet counted. So these behaviors scare away investors. Because if I have $1 billion to invest in such a chaos of a country, that's why democracy is critical. Yes, democracy and human rights are very critical. It's first on critical investors. Bill Gates, to invest here, will first see how clean is your politics. What is the cultural norm? Is it that when someone is defeated, he gets to the bush, or he says, I have been defeated, we will work together?
Peacefully.
Peacefully. Because he doesn't want to bring his $1 billion in a country whereby in the next 10 years, that will grow into terrorism. How do Ugandans manage anger when they lose elections? Do they slaughter each other, or they go to the court of law? Right now, we want to see discipline in NRM, where those that are being affected, you peacefully go to the tribunal. But what is the integrity of the tribunal? Are they the same people who have sides? Or they are also serving as victims of the same conflict? But then we also want to see that the national justice system operates this time to manage complaints from political parties, not just tribunals. Because a member of the tribunal is still a member of the SEC. A member of the SEC is also standing as an NRM candidate in the what? In the elections.
Yes.
So you like it or not, they also have candidates they support on both sides. They may not tell you. You understand that? So NRM need to go and use the government established independent justice system. But the question is the National Court of Justice also independent and non-partisan when the top leader is appointed by the president? Then it means we have to vote for candidates, politicians who can go to parliament and now neutralize and reform the national constitution. You are now getting the whole, because politics is the game that influences taxes. How much you must pay on each cloth you put on.
Yes.
How much food you must eat. How much school fees you must pay. So when you like it or not, the words I'm speaking is political, yes. But it is to guide you to wake up and be civically conscious that the game of politics is for all of us. And for us to live peacefully, we must guide the game well. So lastly on this point is that peace must be seen as the result of good politics. Because politics can divide the people. Politics can make me and you to hate one another forever. Just the colors, yellow and red.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Just the color.
Green, blue.
Just the colors have made Ugandans to kill one another. No, this is nonsense and is ironically not right. It's colonial. In the developed countries, by the way, it's beyond colors. They must tell you that the Republican Party, for example, in the United States,
yes,
is coming to advocate, for example, for reduced taxes this year. Reduce so that we increase capacity of billionaires in the country. More billionaires must come up to industrialize the economy. Then the Democrats will say, no, human rights.
For us, we're coming out.
For us, we are coming for human rights because here we have a certain group and a certain group is being marginalized. And all of us, the other one is saying, make America great. The other one is also saying, make America great. And each of them is countering each other, is attacking each other based on the models, what they are presenting on the table to rise America as a nation, a home for everyone. Here is that abantu bali mu kweroga.
because of votes.
Of vote.
Some other people have been seeing them over the news that they're killing each other. They've been beaten badly, very badly.
Why would you beat your friend because of a color of NRM yellow or DP or that is green and NUP is red? Why UPC is red also? I think.
Red also, yes.
So this shows you that you are not growing. Ugandans are not growing. We might be growing in number, but we are not growing intellectually. We are not growing in terms of social cohesion. Social cohesion that in the 21st century dynamics, kukura, in the unity is the power. Unity, bringing all tribes together, all religions together, and you put all these people together to work together. That is the power, because the Basoga could be having a certain talent that the Bakonjo don't have.
Yes.
The Baganda may be having some experiences that the Karamajonks don't have. So when you bring them together to open companies, those companies will live long. But here is the thing. We are moving on to divide the country into tribes. Tribes. Then when they go to the parliament, they are making laws that defend interests of just a tribe, not Uganda.
Not the people that are
not
living
the
in
people.
The country.
Exactly. So this manipulation starts with having poor politics. The type of politics that we are playing is not uniting the people. It's rather dividing the people. That brings conflict. Intikati, pate eno ya Buganda, pate eno ya Westerner, pate eno ya Northerner. That mentality doesn't build a nation. Yet our countries in the neighborhood are all about building nations to compete with China, to compete with Russia, to compete with America. In the next 10 years, Uganda will be on sale with a big word at the airport. Uganda for sale. Why? Because even the underwears you are putting on, made in China. The shirts you are putting on, made in Canada. The shoes you are putting on, made in China or India.
When we have the capacity of making our own.
Yet you have all the raw materials, but you are dormant because you have poor politics that cannot awaken and rise the people and their potential to rise up and unite against depending on the white man. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
So we needed to disrupt the type of politics from the voters, because if you don't teach the voter what to do, these ones just come ngaba dikura. Do you know that what makes today is not intellectual? Like the one I'm talking here, everyone may have even switched it off the TV.
Yes.
But if I remove my suit and remain in an underwear here and start singing here, kwata wakati, they will even call each other Datata Jangona Bay, and I will be popular in one day and be a celebrity.
Yes.
And they start paying me money.
You'll be on TikTok.
On TikTok, and they don't know that they are killing a nation. Because at the end of the day, time again tukangate cyali muntu atuwana chikumi kubanga sawa zino nacho ubuyambi tubucyali tugenda tandika okwerya. No one is talking about modern agriculture. No one is pushing Museveni and his NRM that, hey, wake up, Mr. Museveni. We need more tractors in every village. Yes, I saw some numbers, but it's not enough. We need organic seeds.
PDM money, and he has been going region per region, talking about this PDM money. And we have seen the youth.
Yes,
the youth came out.
Yes.
I think they were from Chireka.
Yes, please.
And said, no. For us here, the money has not reached us.
That's good. And then I ask you a question. Apart from Seven singing about his PDM, actually we say his PDM, these people have been standing all over the country. How many of them have told the villagers, say, hey, you gave me a mandate of one term. This is what I have done. Now, add me another one. This is what I'm going to improve. They even don't know you are PDM. These are MPs. They don't know. These are NRM MPs. Even the ministers. That's why Mose is walking all over the country. Mose is old, but he's fit. He's still strong.
More than the MPs.
More than the MPs. I see those. They are sweating. The ministers are sweating. Younger ministers are sweating. The old man is challenging them. But he will finally break. Why? Because these ones are not good owners. Because you must own the vision. You must invest in the vision. So what is happening, my sister, literally, is that these cadres who have been cheated, they presented a case and say, hey, I think this is how we should move. Kati bali abasajja babadde mu bifo ebyo, either they have to convince or confuse the voters, or steal the elections, or both.
Well, we are talking about peace and stability, and then, of course, Mr. Milton has very interesting points that he's bringing up, but we want to conclude. And, of course, my question will be to you, Mr. Milton. As we do conclude, what could be your last remarks to the people of Uganda, and you, as a global peacemaker, what would you love to tell your people as you look into our cameras right there?
What is available right now is that the weak must die. The weak must die in the 21st century. The cowards will not go anywhere. But those that are seeing the future and start walking in the dynamics of the future will take all the global opportunities. What is the message I'm bringing to you? Ugandans listening to you, to me rather, is that while the global north continues to prepare to milk the raw materials from the global south, we are continuing sleeping and killing one another and hating one another, you know, stealing votes and manipulating the constitution. Then it means the 600 years that this has gone on through colonization, slavery, the Cold War we are in, the new colonization, and see, the education has not been transformed. Poverty continues. Unemployment continues. Yet we are seated on the gold that makes the global north very prosperous. The message I'm bringing to you, my friend, it's possible for you to become a billionaire right now in the next 6 months, because when you are economically stable,
yes,
you cannot be easily manipulated. Ng'oli musajja olina ebintu byo kati bakugula batya. So change of the nation, transformation of the nation, power begins with you by first consolidating your family, turning that land you have, the small piece of land,
into
are the ones you must vote. At the end, what is in Kampala, what is in the State House will change. The parliament will change. The kings will also have reason to stand out and say one or two and say, vote for peace, vote for cultural values of Ubuntu. You know, this is what they must do. 2026 is going to be a peaceful election, by the way. I cannot be here and say Uganda is going to burn like how other people are saying it.
Burning,
no,
yes.
My office is saying signals, early warning signals are saying elections next year will be peaceful. But that cannot guarantee that some people are not planning against us. We are simply saying, be peaceful, my brother. Be peaceful, my sister. Elections come and go, but your neighbor will not transfer his home to somewhere else. He will still be the neighbor that you need to help you, take care of you, and you will need to take care of him. So whether NUP comes or DP or NRM or which colors, please, these are colors. They do not represent the vision that I'm talking about here. Vote rightly. Vote for those who are preaching peace in the country. Vote for those that are going to transform education to be able to graduate students who create jobs, who must graduate with jobs and values and of good character. Good character is a weapon to end corruption, because we are losing 10 trillions. 10 trillion. This country loses 10 trillions, which is almost a half of the budget you collect, the tax that you collect. So you have been voting thieves. So the problem is not the thief. The problem is you, the voter.
Voting.
And because you are not awake, you are asleep, the roads are not constructed. The hospitals have no medicine. The laws are not being changed and transformed to put Uganda to another level. It's you, the voter, whom I must really punish today and attack, because you have failed to transform. The head is empty. Then you vote without conscience that the vote is a power to transform everything around you. So please, 2026 is coming. Please wake up. We don't want to go to war because we can't. The Kenyans will chase us. The DRC people will chase us. The Rwandese will not even allow us to pass Katuna. You know that. So vote. Don't accept that kasabuni.
So we should vote wisely.
Vote wisely. NRM, wake up. because your time, I think you have misused the love we have given you. I think your time is up. So wake up, those who are stealing votes. Moses Ali, for example, who passed very well. But the question is, what is he going to do in parliament? We must be sincere to ourselves, the elders. You must hand over this country to the young people, because we are here, we are ready to serve. So we don't want to push you like you don't deserve to be respected. So it has to be win-win. It has to be dignity. It has to be consensus. God has given Uganda the power to lead the rest of the world.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Milton. We'll have you again to talk about this piece. Well, you've told us that you're all over the country, and we're seeing there are some issues that are happening in one of our sister countries, which is, Kenya.
Yes.
They've been fighting. So when we have you again,
Yes,
we'll talk about that issue of Kenyans, and you as a peacemaker on the global world. What have you done to ensure that our sister country, Kenya, that is holding peace talks, so that they can come down a bit? Well, Mr. Milton has told you, vote wisely. We had a guest that said, do not let the vote make you hate your neighbor.